Alright, today we are learning about substitution. So what we are going to do is solve a system, so two equations at one time, by substituting one into the other. So one of the things you need for substitution is one of your equations to say either y equals or x equals, like this one down here. So if I know y equals 4x, I actually have something I can plug in place of the y in the second equation. So let me show you what this looks like. You're going to rewrite this one. 10x minus 2, but in place of the y, you're going to put what y is equal to, 4x. Now this equals 60. I just finished the equation right here. So 10x minus 2, my y is now what y is equal to, and then equals 60 is right there. Now we can ignore the first equation for a bit, and we're going to solve this one just like a multi-step equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply right here. So that's 10x minus 8x equals 60. After you distribute, you need to combine like terms. So if I have 2x's sitting here, 10x minus 8x, I'm going to rewrite that as 2x. That was 10 minus 8. And now all I have to do is divide by 2. So x is equal to 30. So I've found for this system so far, my x value is 30. Now to find the second one, it's really easy. Go back to the equation you plugged in before. So this is the y equals 1. So that's telling you what y is equal to, and it's 4 times x. But now we know what x is. It's 30. So we're going to plug that right in. So 4 times 30 is 120. So my y value equals 120. Now I'll remind you what that solution means. You have two lines, and you just found the point of intersection of those two lines right there, 30, 120. Let's try another one. This one is equal to, you got the x equals 2. So I'm going to plug in what x is equal right into the second equation for x this time. So let's rewrite this one. 5 in place of x, I'm going to write negative 3y plus 4y equals 22. So I just changed right here, but I wrote the rest of that equation. So I'm going to do the quick multiplication, get rid of the parentheses. And then, after I rewrite that step, I'm going to combine like terms. So negative 15y and 4y make negative 11y. So let's go ahead and solve that one-step equation by dividing my negative 11. It's gone. And y is equal to negative 2. That's 22 divided by negative 11 is equal to negative 2. So in this one, I found the second part first, negative 2. Now, do you remember how do I find my y after that? Or sorry, I already have my y. How do I find my x after that? Well, here's what your y is equal to. Here's how you find x. Your x is equal to negative 3 times that y, negative 2. So x is equal to positive 6. A negative and a negative make a positive. So there's our new point of intersection for those two lines. So these are going to get just a little bit longer as we go to the next page. So this time, I don't just have y equals 6x. I have 6x minus 11. So I get to plug in this y equals right here for this y right there. So let me rewrite this line right here. Negative 2x minus 3 parentheses. I just need to make those parentheses a bit longer now because I need to fit 6x minus 11 in place of y now. So this one has a real distribution problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute not just 3, but don't forget about that negative goes along with it. So this is negative 2x, negative 18x, and positive 33. Let's go back over that real quick. So negative times that positive made the negative. Negative times that negative made the positive right there. So this is a two-step equation. Let's finish solving. So after you distribute, combine like terms. Remember, we live near Washington, D.C. That helps you remember what to do. D for distribute, C for combine like terms. That's negative 20x's then, plus 33 is equal to negative 7. Two-step equation, solve for your x by subtracting away your 33. It's gone. So negative 20x is equal to negative 40. Divide by that negative 20. And you've got x equals 2. So at this point, if you're feeling confident enough, go ahead and start working by yourself. If you're not, keep it right here with us. So I have the x part of this answer. It is 2. I just need the y part now. So you can do it mentally or just do some quick math up here. My y would be given to me by 6 times my x value, 2 minus 11. That's 12 minus 11, which is 1. So 2, 1 is the coordinate. So for number 4, usually we've been plugging the top one into the bottom one, but I've actually got the x equals in the bottom this time. So I'm going to plug it up here instead. So that's going to be 2 big old parentheses minus 3y equals negative 1, and plug in what x is equal to right there. So y minus 1. So first step, distribute. So 2y minus 2. So 2 and times 2 there. Minus 3y equals negative 1. Let's solve this equation. So we distributed. Next step, I've got 2 y's there, negative 3 y's there. Let's combine like terms to say negative 1 y. So that was this plus this. Now I've got a two-step equation. Let's add the 2 to get rid of it. And then I've got negative 1y is equal to 1. Divide by negative 1, and y is equal to negative 1 still. Lots of 1's right there. So we divided by the negative 1 to cancel that out. 1 divided by negative 1 is still negative 1 right there. So let's go and solve for our x value. Probably doing it in your head this time. So x is equal to negative 1 minus 1. That's negative 2. So final answer for this one is my x value of negative 2 followed by my y value of negative 1. So x and then y. Alright, let's see what we've got here. We've got two special solutions. So what does it look like if we have an infinite solution or a no solution? Those are the two different special solutions. So I'm going to plug in my x, or my y value here, my 2x plus 1 for this y value. So I've got 2x minus, so that's a negative 1 there, don't forget about that, ninja 1 right there. 2x plus 1, and that should be equal to negative 1. So we're going to distribute that out, and I get 2x minus 1 equals negative 1. Ooh, something's looking funny here. When I go to combine my like terms, 2x minus 2x is actually canceling, so I have negative 1 equals negative 1. And you have to ask yourself, is that always true or never true? And negative 1 always does equal negative 1, always true. So that's all real numbers, or the infinite solution. This is the symbol for real numbers if you're looking to abbreviate that at some point. Alright, let's try the next one. So if that one's all real numbers, the infinite solution, we are talking about the no solution here. So I've got what x is equal to. I'm going to go plug it into this x right here. So 3 parentheses 10 minus 2y plus 6y equals 18. Take a look at that. I took this, plugged it in here, wrote the rest of that. So we're going to distribute. So I've got 30 minus 6y plus 6y equals 18. Here it is again. We've got positive and negative the same y, so just like elimination, it's gone. But what I have left is that 30 is equal to 18. Is that always true or never true? And the answer is 30 does not equal 18. So that is the no solution. No answers will ever make that equation true. So those are parallel lines if we graphed them.